Hello friends, I am Harpal Singh from MindMind Global, and today we are going to discuss about the type of question asked in the Duolingo English test. Now this test is gaining a lot of popularity because the students can take this test right from the comfort of their homes. But at the same time, many students are not aware about the pattern of the test, the type of questions which are asked in this test. Well, this is an innovative test which has a lot of new type of questions which I am sure many of the students have not seen before. So it is important to first understand the pattern, the type of questions before we actually book the test. So in this video we will discuss in detail all these type of questions which are asked in the Duolingo English test, and we have given a lot of tips to crack the questions which are asked in the Duolingo English test. So let us understand the type of questions which will be there in the Duolingo test. So first is listen and select the real English words. You will have few words and you need to play them and you need to select the real English word. Second is read and select the real English words. So this time you will have some written words and you need to select the real English words. There may be few incorrect words. Third is complete missing letters from a text. So a short paragraph would be given and there would be certain alphabets missing from some words. You need to correctly fill that. Fourth is describe an image in writing. So there would be an image and you need to write about that image. Fifth is speak English word for image. You will be given one image and you just need to speak an English word for that particular picture. Then there is read and record. So this is for one sentence that you need to read and record. Seventh is type a statement that you hear. So a statement needs to be played and then you need to accurately type your response on that. Eighth is the speaking task. Here you will be given a set of questions, maybe 3 to 4, and you need to speak about them in this task. Then there is a writing task, which is short writing task. So this has to be done in say about 50 words. After this we get two type of questions which are not assessed. This will not affect your scores of the Duolingo test. However, it will be shared with the universities or the colleges where you are applying. These are speaking and writing tasks. So let us understand all these questions one by one. Now please note that this is not an exhaustive list of type of questions. When you go for the actual test, you may get more types of questions. You may get different type of questions. Now here I want to say something, that there is no particular trick to crack this Duolingo exam. The only thing is that you need to have good English proficiency, good command over the grammar and a good range of vocabulary as well. So primarily you need to read a lot. Those students who are little low in terms of proficiency in the English language need to brush up their grammar well so that they can do this test in the right manner and achieve their desired band score. Listen and select real English words. So you would be given few words like this and you need to play each word and find the right English word. You need to click on that. You need to submit your answers. This activity goes for say 90 seconds. Typically you get 9 words which you have to listen and give answers for. You can hear them thrice. Now this is important. If you don't understand a word in the first attempt, you can go for the second or the third attempt. If you're not sure about any word, you can listen it again to be very sure before you submit the answer. So you have an opportunity to hear them thrice. Use them, use this opportunity and do the right thing. This is basically a vocabulary exercise, or you should understand what words they are speaking. So you should understand these words, and this can happen only when you have a good range of vocabulary. So start practicing about it. You may need to read a lot, and then if you don't know the exact pronunciation, try to go to the online dictionaries and try to find the correct pronunciation so that you can do well in this exercise. Another option is to listen to talks or podcasts, which will help you to enhance your abilities to understand particular words. So once you have chosen the real English words, you have to submit that and move to the next section. Now we come to read and select the real English words. So you will be given few words like this, and then you need to select the ones which you think are the real English words. The activity goes on for about 90 seconds. You have to quickly select the words which you think are correct and mark them. The number can be variable. It can be somewhere between 15 to 20 words which you have to attempt in 90 seconds. So be fast. Once again, this is a vocabulary exercise for which you need to read a lot. You need to really enhance the range of words that you have or that you understand. Last but not the least, pay attention to spelling. Sometimes you can be tricked because of few spellings, maybe one alphabet here and there, and you miss to mark that word as correct, or maybe that word is incorrect and you mark as correct. So pay attention to spellings. Once you complete the task, it will look like this. So now let us discuss this a bit. So these words look fine. However, I am not sure about this word. So what to do here? I suggest that please do not mark, do not select this word, because if you are unsure, just leave it. If you are not aware of that word, it is better to leave that. Right? Like this is fine, this is fine. What about this and this? Not really sure, just leave it and move ahead. If you have some time, you can come back and concentrate on this. So once again, if you're not really sure about a particular word, it is better to move ahead and ignore that. Right? So that is one good tip to remember for this particular type of question. Complete missing letters from a text. So this exercise looks something like this. Here we have a short paragraph, and then there are few words which are incomplete. We need to fill in these boxes to get to the right answer. So what can we do to crack this kind of questions? For that, we need to understand the details of this question. You get 3 minutes to complete this task, and there can be variable number of questions. Once again, this is a vocabulary exercise and you need to read a lot for this. Now you can read the first and last sentence to understand what is the background, what is the theme of this particular text, so that once you understand the theme, you can assume or you can try to figure out the words which can be used to complete these type of tasks. The activities that you should do to improve this are active passive, because sometimes the sentence is formed in passive voice. So what words, what form of tenses you are using can also be helpful. Prepositions. So when you need to show relation between two things, you use prepositions. So that's also a good thing to practice. Word forms. Tenses, as I mentioned, if the passage talks about past tense, obviously the form of word is going to be second or third. Similarly, for present and future, you need to be very, very careful. Now last but not the least, pay attention to spellings as well. Okay, so once you complete this exercise, it looks something like this. Now let us see few things. The first sentence says, born in England, Norton spent most of his early life in South Africa. And the last line says, Norton initially made a living as a businessman, but he lost his fortune investing in Peruvian rice. So that is the passage all about a person named Norton. So it essentially talks about his life, and this is in past tense. Now let us see this. He dashed to San Francisco. So the word is related to immigration, but since it is past tense, I would use immigrated. Right? San Francisco dash 1849, in 1849. So the preposition in has to come here. Dash receiving a bequest of, so now I am not sure about this, maybe after receiving a bequest of $40,000 from dash father. So relation with his father, his fathers. So what is this word? Now here the vocab comes into picture. This word basically means a property or estate which you have got from your parents. So estate. Right. Now similarly you can answer the rest of the questions. Arrive. There is something related to arrive. Aboard dash steam dash. Right. So steam dash, arrived in something. So I can use this. So this is a mode of transport. So this is a mode of transport, yacht. I can spell this. Now I can't figure out anything else with which is starting from YA. Right. So again vocabulary comes into play. Arrived, arriving. So the sentence is structured in a way that I can use arriving. Fine. So let us move to the next type of question. You really don't have much time, say about 10 seconds to do it. So you need to think quickly and form a sentence. Now it is better to use complex sentences or different sentence structures, but since it is a very short time, you really need to do it quickly, and if you practice writing these kind of structures, then only you can manage this task well. Try to avoid short or simple sentences and write at least one complete sentence which fulfills the requirements of this task. Now try to include as much information as you can from the image. So if you simply say the image is about a family of 4 persons, that is correct, but what can you understand more from this image? The family is enjoying on a beach. It's a sunny day, right? So you can talk about the weather. So all this you have to incorporate in one sentence. So as I mentioned earlier, try to use a variety of structures. Also use good vocabulary. So practice this task for different random images and see how you can form a beautiful sentence in 10 seconds. This task is about speaking an English word for any given image or picture. This I would say is really easy task. You just have 3 seconds to do it, but you won't take much time. Use exact one word and take care of pronunciation, syllables, or the stress, right? So friends, I am sure that after watching this video, you have got a lot of information about the type of questions which are asked. You are also aware about the strategies or the tips which you can use to crack these kind of questions of Duolingo English test. If you have any other questions, you can write it down in the comment section. I will personally answer to all of them. I'm sure this video was quite informative for you. So don't forget to hit the like button and share this with all your friends who are doing the practice for Duolingo English test. And don't forget to subscribe our channel for more updates on Duolingo, IELTS, TOEFL, PTE and SAT. Thank you.